This is Kyle Field, home to the 8th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies, who will try to beat their longtime rivals, the Arkansas Razorbacks, for a 9th straight year. It's SEC Network football in prime time on Saturday night. Lynn Mond at quarterback, Lauren in shotgun formation as the Razorbacks won the toss, elected to defer, and it's Isaiah Spiller with a burst of speed, leading the conference with over 6 yards per carry.
Powerful offense, captained by Kellen Mond.
Hezekiah Jones, the receivers in the game for the first time in 2 years, but it's back to the ground, and Spiller will have no place to go. This time, you see bumper pull. It's Jones to the bottom. Mond across the middle in heavy traffic, and it's caught. That's Jalen Weidermeyer, the big tight end, over 57% of the time so far this season. This is a 3rd and 6 for Mond. And over the middle, it's incomplete. He was looking for Weidermeyer again, and that's Hudson Clark that was there, as well as Joe Fouché, 4th down.
Weidermeyer, big body over the middle. That pass defense showing up for the Razorbacks.
The Australian Nick Constantino punts it to Traylon Burks, and it's a fair catch inside the 15-yard line.
Steadying force for them.
He hasn't had Rakeem Boyd out there much this season, but he has him to start the game. And Boyd, the former A&M Aggie, with a 1st down run. That's exactly what offensive coordinator Kendall Briles and head coach Sam Pittman.
They won.
It's a 10-yard pickup. Fake to Boyd over the top, and it's complete underneath. 2nd and 2 after that 8-yard pickup by Henry, and Franks will go fast. Throw to the sideline. It's a 1st down completion to Mike Woods. His clamor for his team to start quicker. Believes you get that first, you're going to score on the drive. And across the middle on this play, it's Boyd.
They fix that now, and it's obvious. You can see Rakeem Boyd feeling it early.
And a fake to Boyd. Franks keeps himself. Franks breaking tackles inside the 35, and look at this extra effort. Franks fired up. 1st down, Arkansas.
What a run by Franks, and a great read. You see the collapse, and they arc release Hudson Henry. You see 82 as he gets outside, gets his hands on Buddy Johnson, the leading tackler of the Aggies.
28-yard pickup back to the ground. Rakeem Boyd will get a couple. Frank just 2nd down and 9 inside the A&M 30. Franks on a design run again. And Felipe will spin down to the 21-yard line. It'll be a
Mason then takes advantage of getting upfield quickly.
Already 53 yards rushing for Arkansas. This time it's a pass, and it's out of bounds near the 15-yard line. It's Henry again.
And right now, Kendall Briles is a play caller in a nice rhythm.
9th play of the drive. It goes to Boyd again. Boyd with a burst of speed inside the 10, down near another 1st down. He'll be
loose. Traylon Smith has kind of been the drum beat. He's been the breaker.
Boyd is stuffed on a 2nd and 1. It'll depend on the spot there. As completely switching the offense, and Franks is lined up at receiver with Burks taking the snap, and Burks goes across the middle. 1st down, Arkansas. The chains. 1st and goal, Razorbacks from the Aggie 6. Franks throws to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown. That's Traylon Burks. And that is his 70th consecutive extra point.
Quickly, I think it put the Aggies on their heels defensively. Had a hard time doing the things that they do best.
And A&M is going to start at the Aggie offense. Get started with Spiller in the backfield. It's Isaiah, the fake to him, and Mond will keep it, and that's a 1st down run for the senior quarterback. So that's again 1st and 10 now for Mond. And he's got Spiller in the backfield. He will, on the option toss, elect to keep it himself, and it's a minimal gain. It'll be 2nd down.
Quarterback getting involved in the run game. See if it gets that offense wake up a little bit.
2nd and 9, swinging it outside, And up near the 40-yard line as the catch is made, it will be Spiller if Aggies did not convert the first time they had one. Mon with plenty of time to survey the field, and it is caught. That's a first down, and it's the first time Hezekiah Jones made a catch since 2018.
Was injured before last season, and in traffic, great concentration. And Kellen Mond was so excited to get Hezekiah Jones back into the lineup. As you mentioned, he hadn't played a lot of football in about a year and a half, but he's a familiar face on that roster and one that was depleted by guys headed to the next level, injury and opt-outs. Hezekiah Jones, a welcome addition.
Yeah, a lot of adversity for the Aggies at receiver this year. Spiller, he gets a couple. Kendrick Rogers. Arkansas territory near the 43. Mond underneath, and again it's Jones who gets hit hard immediately by Jalen Catalon. Nice tackle made by the redshirt freshman.
Catalon has had an unbelievable start to this season.
And on a 3rd and 1, A&M, who typically doesn't go very quick, does this time to move the chains. Mond keeping it himself. On will look down the field, and it is caught inside the 10 and towards the end zone. That's a touchdown. Anaya Smith gets free, and Mond finds it.
Arkansas doesn't get a ton of pressure, but Bumper Poole was able to get inside of Isaiah Spiller. It didn't matter. Kellen Mond kept his eyes downfield, and on his favorite target, Anaya Smith, the big playmaker for the Aggies. And now they're up on the board, close to knotting this thing up.
So Small does just that. As Mond finds
thrown a couple of touchdown passes, had a couple of nice runs.
That was Mond's 60th touchdown pass. It's now the 3rd Aggie to do it. Fayetteville to play for Sam Pittman and Kendall Briles. Franks will go underneath to Boyd, and it'll be a loss of 1 on. Man, has he shown some maturity. Voted a team captain as he hands again to Boyd, and Boyd will get a couple. I thought it was interesting what Frank said, Stench.
Well, he's certainly been a strong leader for the Arkansas offense and started off hot, 4 for 4 before this attempt.
But this drive, it doesn't work. A couple of handoffs to Boyd for nothing, and then he gets flushed out of the pocket and throws it away.
Then trying to move the pocket on 3rd leads to punting it away.
Reed Bauer, 3rd different punter Arkansas has used this season, will punt it. He'll get a Razorbacks bounce, but Anaya Smith picks it up off of the ground and makes something out of nothing. That's the first time these two have met on campus in 7 years. Mon on a design run follows Spiller, and he'll get a few past the 46-yard line. Now on a 2nd down and 7. More traditional I formation look, and it's Spiller hard running, and the extra effort will get him near midfield. Stench, it's 3rd down. Have to get just past the Arkansas 48 with the play clock running down. Mon underneath, and a flag will come in as Hezekiah Jones was the intended target. It was Busta Brown in coverage.
Jones getting a lot of targets early in this game.
Pass interference, number 21, defense. The penalty is a 1st down at the spot of the foul.
Well, Brown might be a little bit rusty. Been out of the lineup, got there early. You could see it. See that left hand, the grab around. It happens a lot, especially.
Full strength out on the field tonight. Goes as a 6-yard penalty, so the Aggies with a fresh set of downs at the 45. And it's a strike to Chase Lane, who's emerged as one of Mond's favorite targets. It's another 1st down.
Yeah, Chase Lane was a guy that Kellen Mond mentioned as well in our call. a guy that they felt like they could get the ball to more often. Now they're starting to spread the football around. See Catalan lower his head. And if you strike with the crown of your helmet, that alone would end.
After further review, number 1 defense committed a crown of the helmet targeting foul. That penalty is 15 yards from the end of the run. Number 1 is disqualified for the remainder of the game.
Redshirt freshman from Mansfield, Texas. If Grant Morgan wasn't named the SEC Defensive Player of the Week, Arkansas has come out there on the field. Meanwhile, Spiller. This is the handoff to Anais Smith, and Anais gets near the goal line, just shy inside the 1.
As he makes this extension, he rolls over Joe Fouché. Look at that. I don't know that anything would have established Smith as being down before he extends this football.
Touches might both be touchdowns if this is overturned.
The ruling is a touchdown. The runner was on the body of a defender, broke the plane to the goal line with the football. Please reset the game clock to 34 seconds. 34 seconds on the game clock, please.
Ball carrier.
And the extra point is good. Anais Smith, the sophomore from Missouri City, Texas, grew up about an hour and a half from College Station. Mr. Multi-Purpose. Lauren in just a moment. Participant in trick-or-treating. Hope everybody's had fun with that tonight. And this is Franks keeping it himself again. Much more.
And the job that he's been able to do so quickly at Arkansas.
On a 2nd down and 2, Traylon Smith goes past the 40-yard line for a first down. He's got a couple of after wins. He says, turn up that jukebox, as Franks turns it up on a pass to Burks into A&M territory. It was interesting what Pittman said about the Auburn controversial loss. He said the thing he hated the most, we didn't get to celebrate for 5 or 6 hours. They took that away from us. And that's what he hated most about that. Guy has become one of the most popular people in Arkansas. Franks steps up and is diving ahead past the 40, down to the 39, back down to Lawrence. It's really the walking the walk part is the thing the players seem to love most, as Smith stays on his feet, and it's a first down run, Stinch.
The way they play kind of embodies the mindset of an O-line coach.
Shovel pass ahead to Traylon, and he is at the 31-yard line where he's tackled by Buddy Johnson. Razor it here in the early stages of the 2nd quarter. This is Burks, and he is bottled up. Buddy Johnson and company are there. It's 3rd down. 3rd and 9 for Franks. And Felipe is in trouble, and that ball is batted down, goes out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. You see the pressure there by that Aggie defense, forcing the 4th down. That's Tyree Johnson.
They have got there late. You know, with Felipe Franks, he hitches once, and the clock ran out on him. Ended up.
It's a 48-yard try by the 5th-year senior Duke transfer A.J. Reed, and he pushes it to the right. Reed has been automatic inside 40, but
for Anais Smith, he's going to get a ton more in this game.
Kellen Mond throws into heavy traffic, and Bumper Pool and Grant Morgan felt like they could pick that off.
Has been game ready.
2nd now and 10. Back down to the ground, and Spiller gets the corner. First down run for Isaiah, but there is a flag down.
Check the flag, but I can't say how impressive Isaiah Spiller is. You know, the first tackler rarely gets him on the ground.
Holding, number 65, offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 2nd down.
There's Big Dan Moore And when it's a run outside to the left, watch him, number 65, watching a combination block. And really what happened there, he almost got too much help by his left guard.
2nd and 14 after the penalty. Mon, a little quick bubble throw that will gain some yards and get up to the 35. And of course, it's that man, Smith, again. He is in love with calling a football game, that's for sure. 3rd and 6. Mon has so much time and space, and he delivers a perfect ball to the big tight end Weidermeyer. They had to blow a whistle for him to stop moving forward. To move his progress forward. The 48-yard line now, and Spiller will get it past midfield. Let's check on what else is happening tonight. Go back to the studio in Darinoka.
Well, guys, Florida, Missouri over on the alternate right now. Missouri offensively not doing much, but defensively they get to Kyle Trask. Jarvis Ware picks it, goes 59 yards to the house, and it's Mizzou with a 7-6 lead early in the second. TZ, Stinch.
Thank you, my friend. Stench, you saw those Missouri Tigers beat Kentucky last week. Mizzou and Coach Drinkwitz, kind of like Arkansas, have made significant progress from the way their teams finished last season. 2nd and 6, Spiller inside the 45, but another flag as they try the left side.
Yeah, check the flag here. As you mentioned, yeah, Missouri, the way they turn things around, and Ware, a guy that just got back from a hamstring injury.
Number 55, offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
It's Kenyon Green, and he was kind of involved with the previous holding penalty. Bounced Dan Moore's guy outside and solely, and this time, watch him, he overreaches. I don't know. I got to tell you, I don't know about that call. He had him reached. He put him to the ground. I don't see holding on that play at all. You got a white hat back there and a center judge. I didn't see a holding penalty on that play.
2nd and 17 after the penalty is enforced. 2 holding calls negating 30+ yards on this drive. Mon surveys the entire field and is dropped by Jones.
Showing pressure.
Mon, it's a strike again to Weidermeyer. It's a 1st down.
Arkansas walks up. They kind of mug the line of scrimmage with Joe Fouché and Bumper Poole.
Personal foul, face mask, number 13, defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, 1st down.
You see Bumper Poole up in the line of scrimmage, that drops back into zone coverage. And Weidermeyer just kind of settled.
Unquestioned leader of the offensive line. And they run right behind him to the 15-yard line goes Anias Smith.
Now you think about it, a couple of holding penalties and then maybe a fortunate call on the face mask, and then you see Anias Smith. It's a great read. You see it on the backside of that, and oftentimes that's where it is. You ride the wave, you press the line of scrimmage, you kind of hide behind the offensive line and then bounce the backside cut.
It's Smith again on a 2nd and 2, staying on his feet, and it's 1st and goal Aggies.
Well, I talked about Isaiah.
On the 1st and goal, just outside the 6. Spiller now. Very little. It's 11th play of the drive for number 11 to the end zone. Touchdown, Weidermeyer.
Pressure in his face this time. The pocket collapses inside out. Mon gets hit as he throws.
Are in college in the 2020s. The Aggies finished the season on the Plains, favored to win their next 3 games. I want to see if Mr. Stinchcomb agrees with the FPI as the Razorbacks get it at the... Franks tosses it to Smith, and Treylon gets past the 30-yard line. Think of it this way, Stitch. If Texas A&M does win out and finishes 9-1, there's going to have to be a 4th team that makes it to the college football playoff. If the favorites in the SEC, the ACC, and the Big Ten all win the conference, then who is that 4th team? As Henry has the first down catch.
You make a pretty strong argument for the team we're watching right now in Texas A&M. You know, the one game, if they can win out, being a drop to the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Burks is in trouble, and he makes something out of nothing. He gets a couple. By the way,
I don't know what caused that injury for O'Neal. It's non-contact.
Franks is in a world of trouble. I don't know how he escaped 4 different Aggies on that play. It's 3rd down.
And he staggers forward.
3rd and 10. Franks, and that's a catch made by Mike Woods. Looks like maybe just short. And we'll see if Arkansas stays on the field. They will. It's over a yard to go.
We should point out, Ricky Stromberg, who did not start the game at center, was quarantined. He's back in that lineup at center, number 51. As Arkansas seeks to try to convert on this 4th and 2, and does the 12th man impact their ability to change the play?
Home run ball caught inside the 20 to Burks.
How about that execution? You keep your offense on the field, they get over the ball quickly. You freeze the defense, you look to the sideline, but then Franks changed the play again at the line of scrimmage.
Franks quickly throw, and that's a catch by Blake Kern at the 1.
The tight end position figuring prominently in the passing game for the Razorbacks.
No time to think about it or review it, and instead, touchdown, Tyson Morris. What a job by Felipe Franks in the offense. Let's not give anybody any chance to go under the hood.
Just flip it out there.
Extra point by A.J. Reed makes it 21-14. Vince went wild on the Plains in that 48-11 victory over LSU. This is picked up at the 2-yard line by the Aggies' Chase Lane.
Aggies come back and provide an answer.
Well, they've scored touchdowns in their last 3 possessions, and Mon will try his receiver Jones, and he gets up near the 35-yard line. This is Spiller. Isaiah's tripped up. Greg Brooks makes the tackle. Spiller does get the first down.
But not before Spiller could get the first.
Mon takes off and slides, gives himself up at the 40. Mon taking the clock down inside 2.5 minutes left in the first half. And will throw underneath. And Jones says he made that catch, and he did.
Strike.
Kellen looks like he wants to load up. Doesn't like what he sees so he takes off, stays on his feet, first down. That's exactly what you were just talking about. A guy that has tremendous understanding of where everything is happening on the field and makes the smart play.
Well, they tried to catch Arkansas running downhill. They run heavy play action, but they only rushed 3. The linebacker checked up a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football. Be smart. You're an athlete. Tuck it, run it, and get another 10 yards. Move the chains, and that's the athleticism we talked about on the top of this show. And Kellen Mond, not just a great passer, but a pretty dangerous runner as well.
One heck of a leader, too. And 1st and 10, likes what he sees this time, and it's Weidermeyer again, riding the Razorbacks all the way near the 5.
He's 265 pounds. How are you going to get him to the ground? You better bring a friend. There's Weidermeyer again. And it's sitting there right between. You got 3 deep effectively. Hudson Clark, the corner deep, and they're dropping it right there between the corner and the safety. And Weidermeyer with the effort after the catch, he picked up another 5 yards, just carrying some hogs with him.
Bring a friend. How about bring 5 and you still can't get him down? This is Spiller, and Isaiah gets a touchdown.
There's your answer. And A&M's done it twice now. Punch, counter punch. Isaiah Spiller again into this game, and he's only padding his stats.
28-7 now. Is Felipe Franks and the Razorbacks will have 1 minute and 13 seconds. Starting at their own 25-yard line.
I mean, look at this, and they're getting contributions from the quarterback position.
It's Boyd back in the game, and Boyd, with that carry, is over 2,000 career rushing yards as an Arkansas Razorback. Now Franks will load up down the field, and it's Burks tangled up. And a flag comes down. That's Antonio Johnson, the true freshman, that was in coverage.
Well, the Aggie coaching staff so high on Antonio Johnson.
There are 2 fouls by the defense. Personal foul, face mask, number 27. Pass interference, number 27, defense. 15-yard penalty for a previous spot. 1st down.
Franks throwing deep, and that is almost picked off. Another flag comes down.
Flags.
Pass interference, number 9, defense. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
46 yards on 3 plays, 30 of those yards coming on penalties. Franks throws back to Henry, and right there with him to make the tackle is Miles Jones.
First charge timeout,
on
Arkansas.
the play, and Jones is the upperclassman. 2nd and 15 now for Arkansas. And it's a handoff to Boyd, and Rakeem gets inside the 30 down near the 27. See if Arkansas uses another timeout here, and they do. Franks has been good tonight, 12 of 14 for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's in trouble here. And he's going down back at the 32-yard line. Tyree Johnson wrestles him down.
The 4th tackle for loss by this A&M Aggie defense. And you see it on the edge. Tyree Johnson just
59 yards. He missed from 48. Plenty of leg, but hooks this one. He pushed the first one and hooks the second one, and Arkansas comes up empty.
Off of what started out to be a really promising possession, steal some points right before half, and instead the Aggie defense able to get a stop.
Statistically, it's a pretty tight game. Difference is, though, is Arkansas has had to settle for field goals on 2 possessions when they were in Aggie territory, and they came up empty both of those times. Aggies have the lead over Arkansas 28-14 as we start the 2nd half. Taylor Zarzer, Matt Stinchcomb, and Lauren Sisler. Let's take a look at our 1st half stats, brought to you by Zaxby Stinch.
Now you look at it, I mean, highly similar stats, right? And you talk about the contributions we've seen from the quarterback position here in the 1st half. A big fourth down conversion by the Arkansas Razorbacks to allow them to climb back into this game. Missed opportunity, though, at the end of the first half. Some really good performances, though, from both of these QBs, including number 11 for Texas A&M.
Mond has been terrific. 13 of 16 passing, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns. With another 100 yards in the second half, he'll go over 10,000 passing yards in his career, and 90 to pass Johnny Manziel for the most total yards as an Aggie quarterback. But Arkansas will get it first, down 2. He goes to the ground, and Rakeem Boyd, who's been good tonight, picks up near 9 yards. That's 10 carries for over 60 in the game, Stitch.
Yeah, and coming into this game, he just wasn't averaging a ton of yardage, only 2.5 yards a carry.
Gets the first down run here, moving the chains past the 35-yard line. Boyd had a terrific year last year as a junior, has been banged up at times in 2020. 3 straight carries for the senior from Houston. Spent a redshirt season at Texas A&M out of high school. Didn't work out. Transferred to Independence Community College for a year before winding up in Fayetteville. Now Franks gets a block from Boyd. No place to go as the pocket collapses. It's third down. They'll give it to Michael Clemens, graduate player, as it's 3rd and 9, and that's caught by Henry, and the flag comes in as there looked to be helmet-to-helmet contact.
Defender definitely came in high right as Hudson Henry gathered in that pass.
Seven defense. The play's under further review.
This is the truth.
In the first half, flagged for pass interference. It didn't look like he led with the head, with his head, but was there forcible contact to the head or neck area of the receiver?
It's to stay in or not.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Number 27 is disqualified. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down.
For the balance of this game.
Fake toss to Boyd. And Franks will fall down. The turf monster gets him just inside the 37.
At least gaining yardage that time.
A little quick throw past the 30 to Henry. And it's near an Arkansas first down. Turf monster.
Dress up as a hash mark.
First and 10, deep ball into double coverage, and here comes another flag. Leon O'Neal could be in some trouble here.
House Jones in the coverage.
Pass interference, number 0, defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So they call the interference on Jones.
I see the PI.
At the 15-yard line. Franks hands it off, throw to the end zone, incomplete. Burks was looking to throw a touchdown pass to Mike Woods. 7,000, but that's how many are in the building tonight, roaring at Franks. He drops the football as the exchange doesn't work with Boyd. Lucky to get another play.
To Felipe Franks, and the ball ends up on the turf.
Largest crowd in college football in 2020, 3rd and 11. Dump off the Boyd. There is a flag down, and Rakeem is down near the 6.
Holding, number 76, offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, third down.
Of the 12th man, and it is loud in there. You can understand why Dan Mullen was so upset after the Aggies beat his Gators a few weeks ago. It seats over 100,000. The 12th man feels like there's many more than 27,000 as the Razorbacks have 3rd and 21. Franks from a muddy pocket just dumps it underneath, and Boyd will make this a more comfortable kick for A.J. Reed. This from 34. And this one is good. New score, 28-17. For more on the...
It's Texas A&M, and they've got 50 different activities going on during the game.
Play sways when it's full. As we found out, calling that 7 OT win the Aggies had over LSU.
Pull the reads that he has in the run game.
This is Spiller. And Isaiah gets up near the 30-yard line. 10th carry for Isaiah, now 44 yards. He did have a touchdown run in the first half.
Behind this offensive front.
He's gone over 100 in all the wins. He's going backwards here, as that was snuffed out by Julius Coates. We also have Devon Achane that's in there on this 3rd and 8. Mond has a first down throw past the 35-yard line as he finds Hezekiah Jones making his return to the Aggies tonight. Achane gets the toss, and Devon is near the 40-yard line. True freshman from Missouri City, Texas. Let's go back down to long, especially when you've had opt-outs, 5 of them as Texas A&M has. It's a big factor this year. Another completion to Smith. First down Aggies.
There was drives to capitalize on those drives to be able to answer.
Kellen has plenty of time to get this one to Lane, and soft coverage down the field yields a big play. Chase is inside the 25.
You said it.
6 yards to the redshirt freshman on that play. They toss it ahead to Smith, and he won't get much there as Bumper Poole chases him all over the field. Second down.
Bumper Poole with 11 tackles in this game.
And 20 against Mississippi State. It's everywhere. This to the sideline. And caught again by Lane. There's a few words for Hudson Clark. It's third down.
Get to the field side. Singled up with Chase Lane again at the top of your screen.
Spiller's back in, but he's covered up to the end zone. Weidemeier's open. Touchdown.
There's some pretty good tight ends in this conference. Jalen Weidermeier, Kyle Pitts. I don't know. I like Weidermeier a lot too. You see Kellen Mond takes a shot. Grant Morgan at the end of that one, and once again delivers another great throw for the Aggies.
Kellen Mond has the most total yards in Aggie history with that touchdown pass to Weidermeier, passing Johnny Manziel. All Aggies tonight.
There's no doubt. Yeah, I mean, it's an important distinction to point out, but a heck of an accomplishment. And frankly, you know, if Kellen Mond really wants to do it, come back next year, man. Keep it going. See who doesn't count, right? So maybe a little bit of an asterisk. He'll definitely finish well north of 10,000.
Caden Davis has been kicking it into the end zone all night. It's being thrown, so we could get some news on that in a couple days. Time for Felipe Franks and the offense for the Razorbacks to dig out of this hole, and lowers the shoulder down to the 29-yard line. Boyd, first down for Arkansas. Back to Franks. Decides to transfer to the Razorbacks and very quickly has become the leader of the team. Boyd will get a few more. And people wondered about that, Stinch, given
the veteran presence. It was Arkansas, and Felipe Franks has provided all of it.
2nd and 7, he throws underneath, incomplete, trying to squeeze it in there. So she's in. He did get deflected by Aaron Hansford on that last play. 3rd and 7, and this one is thrown a bit behind Henry. It's 4th down.
Chance to make the conversion, just couldn't get a handle on it.
It's just the 2nd punt of the night for Reed Bauer. As Anais Smith switching jerseys again, and he'll be tackled past the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Their own 32. Mon, look at all that time to throw the football and to the sideline. It is incomplete.
Together as a unit, not just in protection, but in the run game as well.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion, and that's underneath. Let's see if Mon can move the chains on this 3rd and 7. And yes, he can. Man, that was a bullet. The ball does come free at the end as Smith. Let's see if they say he was down.
The wide receiving core becoming more and more dangerous for the Aggies.
Spiller. Incredible ability to just weave his way through traffic there. Bumper Pool makes another tackle.
Yeah, you know, they're setting up a block for the guys in front.
1st down run. How about they step back and move back towards the middle of the field that Spiller made? Let's hope he's okay.
I think he landed on the football at the end of that one. Well, maybe not. Louise.
Right foot in the ground. It always makes me nervous. It's a 1st and 10 as A-Chain gets to get a few reps. And look at the freshman go! Touchdown!
Runs, 25 passes, and another touchdown for the Aggies. Couple of broken tackles. I count 3 in the open field. See why A-Chain has really caught the attention of this Aggie roster.
(42-17) Aggies.
And really, what is proving to be a pretty deep stable of backs for the Aggies, and they're showing out here tonight.
Significant contributors. They've gotten adjusted to the players they have, and now this is a team that looks like the 8th ranked team in the country as Traylon Smith takes a big hit after a few.
Because as you mentioned, a lot of new faces.
It's a backwards pass that goes out of bounds, and it will be a first down from
signaling the formation, wanting Traylon Burks to get back out there and lined up.
9-yard run. Now Franks. He's shown a little Archie Manning tonight, just dodging tacklers left and right.
That was Arkansas, and you know, they were right back into it. Start out hot in this game. Traylon Burks with the touchdown reception. Kellen Mond answers. Anais Smith, a man of many talents. Jalen Weidermeyer, who's improved his blocking significantly. They get back into the end zone with Spiller.
And this is live now with Franks, who was cramping at the end of the 3rd quarter, but takes off again. And you see him very quickly get another football in there because Kendall Briles wants to go faster than anybody.
You know, after cramping up like that, you expect him to kind of waddle around. Instead, he ends up getting a carry.
28-yard run, and then a strike to Mike Woods, and just like that, the Razorbacks are down to the Aggie 15.
And this is not just a function of the scoreboard, right? This is their default setting. This is where they want to get Get those gateway first downs. They want to stand on the gas.
Smith runs right back at the heart of that Aggie defense, and big Bobby Brown is there to make the tackle. A design quarterback run. Again, the heart of the Aggie defense doesn't budge.
Up in bowl prep one day and decided he wanted to try linebacker. Has proven to have a real nose for it.
A strike to the end zone to Burks again, his second touchdown.
Can stand and deliver. He can. The ball pops.
It was a perfect pass to, as you said, with that fight that happened near halftime, if it has any impact on the Gators next week against the Dogs. Meanwhile here, Arkansas has struggled all night with this Texas A&M Aggie offense
in this game.
Spiller is ahead for 7 or 8. You have to get Barry Odom, the defensive coordinator.
I don't think we've seen a single ball in jeopardy. Hasn't needed to be.
Stutter step by Spiller. He'll lose yardage on the play, and you guessed it, bumper pool. 3rd and 4, and Arkansas comes across. That's Dorian Gerald.
Guy they've been excited to get back. And want to get him healthy.
Number 5, defense unabated to the quarterback. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Option toss to Spiller, and he's out of bounds after another nice first down run for about 8 more.
That's a great point. Yeah, I mean, they've already faced the team that will likely represent the West. Flag comes in. And as we've already shown a little bit earlier, this is
holding, number 55, offense. 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
Favorable schedule for us defensively.
Spiller will get a couple as the tackle's made by Coates. Be favored in Columbia next week, and then at Tennessee on November the 14th, before the Ole Miss Rebels are in College Station on November 21st. LSU coming to town the Saturday after Thanksgiving and finishing the season on the Plains. And all we can do is make thoughts based on what we're seeing right now. I guess a better point would be how much each of these teams are going to change in this COVID era of college football. Mond to the sideline. It's incomplete, looking for Hezekiah Jones.
But Kellen Mond, he talks about it often. He embraces being coached hard. It's one of the things he admires about Kellen Mond.
Fair catch made. This is a quick throw that's caught by Devion Warren, who gets around the edge, and he gets out near the 45-yard line. First catch of the night for the 5th-year senior.
Yeah, great run after catch too, huh, Taylor? I mean, that's an explosive play to say the least. I don't know what Leon O'Neal's saying after that one. That's a big gainer.
Oh, that was almost picked off by Miles Jones, who stepped in front of the football. Maybe stepped too far in front of Warren there.
Squatting. You could see it, and it jumps the route, and you're right.
Felipe looks around and collapses. Down goes Franks with the pocket is Bobby Brown. All 6'4", 325 pounds, gets the sack.
You see 2 twists. There's nowhere to go with the football, and ends up tripping on his tight end. Looked like it was Kern over there trying to hold up in protection, and just the pocket collapsing on top of Felipe Franks.
It's a loss of 7 now, 3rd and 17.
And they're just so good, Taylor, at generating pressure. On dropbacks especially, about 1 out of every 3 dropbacks, this Aggie defense gets home.
And it's too high for Woods. 4th down.
He's dressed up like a punt returner now. He's number 19.
Reed Bauer will punt to a man that gets an announcement every time he's on the field.
26 attempts, and he's hurt Arkansas with his legs.
Spiller will get a few as Jim runs the play clock all the way down to 1. And Spiller got no place to go as Grant Morgan and Bumper.
Arkansas front has played largely this year. The 42 anchoring the point, eating up blocks.
And on 3rd and 13, Hudson Clark comes out, and that's the first 3 and out tonight for Texas A&M.
Which is an off night. They're used to getting 20s, right?
That's right. Constantino punts it to Burks. At any level in 28 years, you certainly wouldn't think that with the way he's turned this program around, as Boyd gets 8 on 1st down.
His team has definitely responded. This is a different football team than it was a season ago. We saw him a lot. And
Felipe takes off.
Yeah, and it's more than just adding a guy like Felipe Frank, so you can't discount the impact that he's had on this team. But it's the rest of these guys that have elevated their play, and it's showing up. It's showing up on teams that are preparing to play Arkansas. They're playing tougher. There's a higher level of effort. There's a higher level of execution.
Over 200 yards rushing tonight for Arkansas, as that's incomplete. Let's go down to Lawrence.
Auburn game a couple weeks ago, obviously tonight, and really just it's been nice getting to know him as a coach and as a person. And I'll tell you what, he exudes a lot of patience. Every time I've interviewed him, he's very calm about things. He has a lot of confidence and a lot of patience.
Before he uses his words, saw Buddy Johnson come in there for the tackle for loss. Frank's running for his life again, stays on his feet, and he's down near the 28-yard line. It'll be 4th down.
That's becoming a familiar refrain, especially former offensive line coach who's now your head coach.
And it's blown up immediately. That's Devin Morris, the junior from Caldwell, Texas. It's a turnover on downs. A-Chain had that touchdown run a few series ago, gets a few.
You get a little cattywampus sometimes. I mean, you can't hear what's going on.
A-Chain is tackled by Torian. Second and 14 after a penalty was called. It's A-Chain who gets a few. It'll be 3rd down. Spiller back in there on a 3rd and 13. And another tackle by Joe Fouché that'll. It's off the side of his foot, but it does take somewhat of an Aggie bounce. And there's 2:05.
Which only means what? There's like a 3rd cup in the package or what? Because the cups don't get bigger, do they? If it's a king size peanut butter
yes,
cup?
they do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Until I was 21 years old. I was a senior at Rutgers University. I showed up, rang the doorbell, and they brought the king size candy bars. They were all about it.
Well, I can see why, especially if you have the king size. Stinchcomb in his post-football playing days is just committed to discipline, losing like 70 some odd pounds, and that's why evidently you're on just a fun size program these days.
Well, it's actually a bag of fun size Snickers. You don't just sit down and eat the one. But it's like eating munchkins, you know, those little bitty donuts, you know, you think, oh, just eat 1 or 20 or 30. It's not the same as the king size. You feel like you actually ate something. But you can crush those fun size Snickers and it's like nothing ever happened.
I'm gonna have to find how I can buy a whatchamacallit.
You can't. It's over, but green M&Ms, like those taste any different. That's such a strange thing.
You got to save them for last.
Sure.
Kern down inside the 15-yard line. Felipe Franks trying to finish with something positive here as Boyd goes all the way to the end zone. Touchdown.
Arkansas leaves with the loss here tonight. Time in his career where he's gone over 100 yards.
42-31. Tried to impale yourself eating a donut burger at the South Carolina State Fair. I'll never forget that.
That was not intentional. That was completely incidental. No one tries to impale themselves.
Kellen Mond tonight, 21 of 26, 260 yards, passing, 3 touchdowns, ran it for 32 more yards, and has the most total yards in Aggie history by a quarterback as they improved to 4-1 on the season.
We talked about it coming into this game, where Kellen Mond stood from a record book standpoint. But it's his performance. The guy's he's wanting to win games. He's a quarterback of a team that, as we talked about it, they've got a chance to wiggle their way into the college football playoff. In a strange year, they have that opportunity. As you see both quarterbacks embracing there towards the end. Felipe Franks played like a warrior, but Kellen Mond put together a pristine performance here tonight versus the Razorbacks.
Let's take a look at what he did tonight. It was all game long, just a consistent effort from number 11.
Spread the football around early. That was to answer an opening score for the Razorbacks. Got to Aniyah Smith, to Jalen Weidermeyer. He threw it under duress a couple of times. Really showed some toughness, standing in the pocket, took some shots, not only as a passer, but on the receiving end of some shots. That Arkansas front stood, delivered, carried the football well, made good decisions here tonight. You have to like the way things are trending for the A&M offense as they kind of build momentum in this season.
At the Gamecocks next Saturday night, and still one of the best records in college football, not out of it in the college football playoff picture as they go to the back half of the season. And Kellen's getting set up as we speak. Down there on the field with Lauren Sisler.
Kellen Mond, can you hear me okay now? Oh yes, he can hear me. We'll crank that down just a little bit. Kellen, first and foremost, you guys come out with a big performance, a very balanced attack on offense. How would you evaluate your performance tonight on the offensive side of the football?
I thought we played really well, and I think we're really balanced both in the pass game and in the run game. And I think big thing we were able to convert on third downs and keep the chains moving. So that was something that we knew going into the bye weekend this week, playing Arkansas, and we were able to execute.
So your name now etched in the record books. You have now eclipsed the 10,000-yard mark on total offense for a quarterback. What does that mean to you, Kellen?
It's special. I just think back all the days, just putting in a lot of work with so many great leaders, and Christian Kirk and Travion Williams, and then now just look at my growth, and I couldn't thank my teammates and coaches enough.
Coming off the bye week, you showed some improvements out here tonight. What can you take with you in the back half of the season?
Just being more consistent, trusting my eyes and trusting my receivers to make plays. We were able to get Hezekiah Jones back tonight, and he had a big-time game, and I only look for us to continue to get better both in the pass and run game. 27,000
fans here tonight, 12th man showed up. Yeah. What does that mean to you?
That's who we come out here and play for. They've been so spectacular this year, especially with all the rules and regulations going on, and they definitely helped us, and got some big wins here.
Thanks so much, Kellen.
Thank you.
What a terrific representative of college football Kellen Mond is. For Matt Stinchcomb and Lauren Sisler, I'm Taylor Zarzer. Our final score in College Station tonight: number 8 Texas A&M 42, Arkansas